Rome conquered Greece with swords and legions, but Greece conquered Rome with ideas. That is the paradox at the heart of this story, how a rising republic crushed the greatest culture of the ancient world, only to be quietly transformed by it forever. In the 3rd century BCE, Rome and Greece were worlds apart. Rome was a hard, disciplined republic, built by farmers, soldiers, and laws carved in stone. Its people valued duty, obedience, and sacrifice for the state. Power was earned through service, and virtue was measured on the battlefield. Greece, by contrast, was a civilization of thinkers and artists. It had no single empire, but its influence stretched across the Mediterranean. Greek city-states had produced philosophers who questioned reality itself, playwrights who explored human tragedy, and architects who built beauty into stone. To the Romans, Greece was old, fragmented, and dangerously sophisticated. At first, Rome had no intention of conquering Greece. But history has a way of pulling empires into wars they never planned to fight. By the early 200s BCE, Greece was no longer the center of power it once had been. Alexander the Great's empire had shattered into rival kingdoms, and those kingdoms now looked west with suspicion.
Today we claim what is ours. Freedom! Freedom! He speaks the truth. Silence, let him speak.
One of them, Macedon, ruled by King Philip V, saw Rome as a growing threat. When Rome became entangled in Greek affairs, Philip made a fatal miscalculation. He underestimated Roman persistence. Roman legions crossed into Greece not as conquerors, but as liberators, claiming they were there to protect Greek freedom from Macedonian tyranny. In 197 BCE, the two sides met at the Battle of Cynoscephalae. On paper, Macedon should have won. Its phalanx, rows of heavily armored soldiers wielding long spears, had dominated Greek warfare for centuries. But Rome fought differently. Flexible, adaptive, ruthlessly practical. On uneven terrain, the rigid phalanx broke apart. Roman maniples surged into the gaps. Steel met flesh, and Macedon's legendary formation collapsed. For the first time, the Greek world saw something terrifyingly clear. Rome could defeat the heirs of Alexander. After the victory, Rome did something unexpected. It didn't annex Greece. Instead, a Roman general stood before cheering crowds and declared Greek cities free.
Today we claim what is ours.
Freedom! Freedom!
He speaks the truth. Silence, let him speak.
No tribute, no governors, no occupation. To the Greeks, it sounded like salvation. To Rome, it was strategy, because freedom did not mean independence. Over the next decades, Rome tightened its grip, not through conquest but through influence. Greek cities were divided, their alliances fragile. When disputes arose, Rome offered to mediate. When wars broke out, Rome intervened. And each time, Rome became a little more involved, until intervention became control.
These shadows obscure the truth of the matter. We must seek clarity.
Clarity does not always reside in the light, my friend.
The turning point came in 146 BCE. That year, two cities fell, one in Greece, one in Africa. Carthage was burned to the ground, and Corinth, the jewel of Greece, was annihilated. Roman soldiers slaughtered its men, enslaved its women and children, and stripped the city of its art. Priceless statues and paintings were shipped back to Rome as trophies. Greece was conquered. But Rome did not expect what came next. As Roman generals returned home, they didn't just bring gold and slaves. They brought Greece with them. Greek tutors began educating Roman children. Greek philosophers debated in Roman villas.
Dare question my loyalty after generations of service. Your loyalty means nothing when the city burns. Get them down from there.
Greek doctors treated Roman elites. Greek architects redesigned Roman cities.
But consider the nature of truth itself. Is it absolute?
It is found only in the struggles we portray upon the stage.
The conquerors had become students. Young Roman nobles learned rhetoric in Greek. They read Homer and Plato. They debated Stoicism and Epicureanism. They admired Greek sculpture, idealized, emotional, human. To traditional Romans, this was alarming. They feared that Greek culture was making Rome soft, and in many ways, they were right. One Roman more than any other embodied this transformation. Scipio Aemilianus, the general who destroyed Carthage, was also a patron of Greek intellectuals. His inner circle included philosophers and historians who challenged old Roman values. To men like Cato the Elder, this was cultural decay. Cato despised Greek influence. He warned that Greek doctors would poison Rome, that Greek philosophers would weaken Roman discipline. But the tide could not be stopped, because Greece offered Rome something it had never had before: a language of ideas. Before Greece, Rome was practical, efficient, law-driven. After Greece, Rome became reflective. Philosophy reshaped Roman politics. Stoicism taught Roman elites to endure hardship and rule with restraint. Greek ideas about citizenship and virtue reshaped Roman law. Art changed too. Roman temples adopted Greek columns. Statues became more natural, more expressive. Even Roman gods were reimagined through Greek myths. Rome still ruled with force, but it now justified that force with ideas. And this changed everything. Yet there was a cost. As Rome absorbed Greek luxury, inequality deepened. Wealth poured into the hands of elites. Old Roman simplicity faded. Political corruption increased. Moral debates intensified. Some Romans believed the Republic was losing its soul. They weren't entirely wrong. The same cultural openness that strengthened Rome also exposed its fractures. Philosophy questioned tradition. Education empowered ambition. Wealth destabilized old social contracts. Within a century, the Republic would collapse into civil war. But Greek influence did not destroy Rome. It transformed it. In the end, Rome achieved what no Greek empire ever could. It preserved Greek civilization by absorbing it. When Rome later fell, it was Greek texts that survived in Roman libraries, Greek philosophy that shaped Christian theology, Greek science that passed into the medieval world. Rome conquered Greece, but Greece conquered time, and through Rome, it conquered the future. The echoes of that cultural collision still shape the world today, in our politics, our art, our ideas of citizenship and virtue. Two civilizations met on the battlefield. Only one truly survived.